Good morning, students. So, hope you all are doing great with your biology and all other subjects of CBC too. So, yesterday we have started with the STEM part, and now I am going to start with modification STEM. Number one is the aerial modification in STEM, right? Yes. In modification of STEM, we have the very first type, that is aerial modification in STEM, right? So, in aerial modification, we have certain structures found in the plant such as tendrils, which is meant for the support and helps the plant for climbing upside, right? Tendrils are mainly for support to the growing branch and the lateral appendages of the plant, right? Number two is thorns, which are meant for protection of the stem or the plant body. And number three will be phylloclades, where you will see the stem is modified to a leafy structure in order to perform photosynthesis, right? So, we have three types of aerial stem modification, three types of aerial stem modification, and that is number one, the tendrils, number two, the thorns, and number three is the phylloclades. Let us see how they look like and where they are present. Yes. See, if this is a plant and this is the normal leaf found in the plant, so you will see sometimes the tendril arise from the axillary region. Tendrils arise from the axillary part, and you must be aware what is axial. See, if this is the main stem, if this is the branch arising from that, then this region is simply called as axial. This is what? Axial. So, tendrils may arise from axillary bud, may arise from the axillary bud. Is that clear? So, the angle between the main stem and the branch is simply called as axial, and the bud arising in that region, is simply called as axillary bud. Is that clear? Yes. So, this structure that you see here is simply called as what? The tendril, which is meant for support and climbing. Is that clear? Examples which is seen or which shows the tendril is the watermelon, grapevines, etc. Is that clear? Yes, that is a typical example where tendrils are shown. Number two is the thorns, like this. If these are the leaf, then here they possess what? The robust thorn. This is what? The thorn. Yes. And what is the purpose of thorn? Thorns are meant for protection. Thorns are meant for protection. The main purpose is, its role is protection from the browsers and the grazers. Is that clear? Thorns have role in protection from the browsers and the grazers. Is that clear? Example that you can mention over here is citrus, the lemon, etc. Citrus is a typical example where thorns are present for the purpose of protection. All right? Yes. Now, phylloclade Phylloclade are the structures which are the purpose for photosynthesis. You can say phylloclade is this place where the stem modifies themselves into a photosynthetic organ or a flattened leaf-like structure but thick in its morphology, and such structure are called as phylloclades, which are modified for photosynthesis, right? So how do they look like? So they somewhat look like this. Yes, you might have seen some structure like this. Yes, 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 like this, like this. Okay, yes, yeah. So these are the modification of stem which is meant for photosynthesis, and this is called as phylloclades, where the example is Apuntia. What is this example? Apuntia, where the stem is modified for photosynthesis. In phylloclades, it's a modified stem for photosynthesis. Is that clear? So these are the three modifications of stem in aerial form. Means stem are the ascending part, so they are also growing ascending part. So in aerial region, they are modified for support and climbing, right? Tendrils are for support or simply for climbing in case of watermelon, grapevines, etc. These are for, thorns are for protection found in citrus. Phylloclades are seen in Apuntia. Is that clear? These are the aerial stem modification that we have to study for morphology in flowering plants. Number 2 is the underground stem modification. Yes, let us proceed towards underground stem modification. Okay, yes. Underground stem modification. So in underground stem modification, we have just two structures. In underground stem modification, we have two structures. What are they? Number 1 is the tuber and number 2 is the rhizome. Yes? Okay. Let us see. See, tuber is a very common example where the stem grows in underground way and it plays role in storage of starch, or you can simply say they has role in storage of nutrients, as in case of, you guys will be familiar with the king of vegetables, that is potato. How does this potato grows? Let me tell you. The plant is like this. The plant is like this, and you know, the underground stem grows like this. You know, there is swollen stem. Which has eye buds on it, in it, and these structure, okay, these structure are actually potatoes because they are underground stem and play role in storage of starch. So they are simply called as tuber, and they play role in storage of starch. Is that clear? If I isolate one potato, yes, isolate one potato, and I cut this part, I can use this part in vegetative propagation. I can even take the segment of the tuber. I can take the segment of the tuber and I can grow it anywhere to get a new plantlet. That is why I call that it is a site for vegetative propagation. Is that clear, my dear students? All right. Okay. What is rhizome? Rhizome is another underground stem modification which is seen in case of, example is ginger. Have you seen ginger? Have you seen ginger? Yes. Even ginger, your turmeric, both are examples of underground stem modification and they are also meant for storage, and it also helps to overcome the stressful condition. So how the ginger look like? See. Irregular in shape, like this only, and then they have nodes and internodes on that. Okay, so this is ginger underground stem and have role to overcome unfavorable condition. Please remember the typical example, that is ginger as rhizome, and these are what actually? This is showing the nodes and internodes. Even sometimes you might be aware, they show some hair-like outgrowth. They show some hair-like outgrowth. Okay. These yellow parts are what? Nodes. Is that clear? So you can see we have two underground stem modification. One is the tuber, another is rhizome. Is that clear, my dear students? So this is all about the stem, its function, its origin arises from the plumule and its modification. Is that clear to everyone? Alright, now the last but not the least part of morphology in flowering plants in CBC course. See, when you will be moving the same chapter in the +1, we have to also talk about flowers and fruits, but here we are only limited about the leaf part of the plant, stem, root, we are already done, and now we are left with the leaf. So let us start with the leaf. Okay? Alright. Leaf or the kitchen of the plant. Kitchen of the plant. How does the leaf look like? Yes. So, this is the leaf, okay, where this is the midrib, these are the vein. Yes. Exactly, kitchen of the leaf is the leaf. Then this is what? The petiole. Okay, let us label it with white color, labelings with white color. This is petiole of leaf. This is the leaf lamina. Yes, and this is the midrib. Okay, in leaf lamina we can see this part. Which part? This part is simply called as what? The margin of leaf, whereas this is called the apex of leaf. Apex of leaf. Okay? Yes. I am not labeling the margin, but that should be understood with you guys that it is the margin of leaf. This entire is your leaf lamina. This is midrib and this is apex of leaf. Is that clear? Yes. And the place where the leaf gets attached, the place from where the leaf gets attached is simply called as the leaf base. Is that clear? It is simply called as the leaf base. Now my dear students, we have a technical term for each of the component of leaf, and that is the leaf lamina is simply called as the epipodium. Epipodium, yes. The leaf petiole is called as mesopodium, and the leaf base is called as what? Hypopodium. Very, very important. You need to talk about this. What is this? See, the leaf base, where the leaf gets attached with the main stem, right? So this is what leaf base called as the hypopodium. Okay. The petiole is simply called as the mesopodium, and the leaf lamina is called as the epipodium. Is that clear? Yes. So these are the three parts that is important for us to know, because everybody of us is aware about the petiole, about the leaf lamina, about the midrib. Yes, and midrib has one more name, that is what? Rachis. That is what? Rachis. Okay. Now my dear students, you will see in some of the leguminous plants, it is very important to note here. What is that? In leguminous plant, where the leguminous plants, what are the leguminous plant? The pulses, pea, groundnut, cereals. Alright, example, pea. In the leguminous plant, the leaf base, see this leaf base gets swollen. How does it look like? See, if this is the leaf base, the leaf base gets swollen. Okay, the leaf base become swollen. Yes. How does this look like? Like this. The leaf base become swollen. Swollen leaf base is seen in case of the leguminous plants, and that is called as what? The pulvinous. What is that called? Pulvinous. Very, very important. You guys are often asked about this pulvinous. Let me write it once again. Pulvinous. Yes. Leaf base. Pulvinous. The swollen leaf base seen in case of the leguminous plants is simply called as the pulvinous. Is that clear? Any confusions up till here? Yes, no? All right. Okay, so with this we are done with the parts of leaf. What were the parts of leaf? Parts of leaf was the hypopodium, the mesopodium, and the epipodium. Epipodium is what? The leaf lamina. Okay. Meso is the petiole, and epi is the leaf base from where the leaf gets attached with the main stem. Is that clear? Hypopodium, leaf base from where the leaf gets attached with the main stem. Mesopodium is the petiole, which is a thin stalk that allows the leaf to flatter in the wind or air, and the leaf lamina, the expanded flattened portion which traps the solar radiation in order to perform photosynthesis. Is that clear? Now we can see that here the veins are making a network. The network of veins along with the midrib, such type of structure which is making a mesh or a network is simply called venation. So what is venation? The networks of midriven veins making a mesh-like structure is simply venation, but sometimes we see that venation is not always mesh-like, rather it can be linear or straight line type of venation. So we will see if it is making a mesh, it is called reticulate venation. If it is not making a mesh, just the parallel longitudinal veins are there, then it is simply called as parallel venation. Alright? Okay. So in leaves we have two types of venation. We have two types of venation. Number one is, in two types of venation, number one is the reticulate venation, and number two is the parallel venation. Is that clear? Yes. See, in reticulate venation, the leaf and its midrib and making this network. Even it can bear further fine veins like that, and thus it is making the network. In majority of, example is majority of dicot plants. Is that clear? Whereas in the parallel venation you will see, the leaves are like this. Okay? Then the leaves are like this. Okay? So these are shown by majority of monocots shows such type of venation only, such as rice, wheat, etc. Is that clear? So here the network is formed, calling it as reticulate, and here no network, so it is what? Parallel venation. Is that clear? This was about the venation. Now next we will be talking about the types of leaf, which is very, very important. Yes. Next is types of leaf. So we have mainly two types of leaf. One is the simple leaf. Another is the compound leaf. Yes. What do you understand by simple leaf and what do you understand by compound leaf? Yes, anybody? Ma'am, all the leaves are simple in structure only. Yes? Okay. So let us understand what are the two types of leaf. When do we call it as simple and when do we call it as compound? Okay. Yeah. See, simple leaves. Simple leaves are the one like this, which I am drawing in the diagram. See, if this is the leaf, this is one simple leaf. Okay, this is one simple leaf, and if the plant is having such type of leaf like this, then this is simple leaf because the entire lamina or entire lamina is there. Means when the lamina is entire, when the lamina is entire with no incision or cut is there, with no incision, then such type of leaf is what? Simple leaves. But the same leaf, when the same leaves have incision like this, see, when the same leaf have incision like this, you can see. Yes. 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 Can you just compare the structure? Can you just compare the structure? You know, this simple leaf was having an entire lamina like this, whereas in this structure, what we can see is, we can see that lamina is splitted. Lamina is splitted into leaflets. What are they? These are leaflets, not the entire leaf. Can you compare the structure? Here there is entire lamina, where in this case the lamina has been splitted into multiple leaflets, and when the lamina splits into multiple leaflets, we call it as what leaf? It is called as the compound leaf. Did you got my point? So it is called as the compound leaf. So now this leaf is compound leaf. Did you got my point? So that means when the lamina is entire, it is simple leaf, and it is shown in case of like mango, like in case of guava, like in case of rose. But when the same lamina splits, or in some of the plants when the lamina splits and form units, it is called as compound leaves, which is further of two types. Compound leaf is further of two types. One is the palmate compound leaves, another is the pinnately compound leaf. Now what does it mean? What is palmate and what is pinnate compound? See, this is my palm. So when these leaflets are arranged in this way, then this is one leaflet, another leaflet, and like this is the main axis, then such arrangement of leaflets is called as the palmately compound. And when it is present on both the sides of midrib, like this, you can say, see, in tamarind, small leaflets like this, small leaflet like this, small leaflet like this. Okay. Then when it is present in two rows, it is pinnately compound. See, this was one entire leaf, but now it has split into multiple leaflets. Okay. So when it is present in two rows, it is called what? The pinnately compound. Example, neem. Example, tamarind. Okay. Example, mimosa pudica, touch me not plant. Alright, let me write it upside. Yes. Example is neem, tamarind. Okay. Not that side. It is tamarind. These are the two examples of pinnately compound. What is palmately? When the same leaflets splits like this. When the same leaflets split like this. When the same leaflet splits like this. This is actually the part of one leaf only, but splitted into many. Example in silk cotton. In silk cotton, leaflets are like this. Is that clear? So this was simple. This is the type of compound, and palmate and pinnate like this. Okay. I hope you guys are clear with the concept of simple leaf and compound leaf. So how do we define it? Let us define it. Compound leaf. Write down. When the lamina splits into, when the lamina splits into multiple, when the lamina splits into multiple leaflets, when the lamina splits into multiple leaflets, making numerous small leaves, then it is called as compound leaf. Is that clear, my dear students? Then it is simply called as compound leaf, where we already discussed. We have one, the pinnately compound, when leaflets are present in 2 rows, then it is pinnately compound, and when it is present at a common point, palmately compound. When leaflets are present at a common point like this, this and this. Is that clear to everyone? So this is how the pinnately compound and the palmately compound look like. Is that clear to everyone? Alright. Now we are left with the arrangement of leaves on the axis. That is what? Phyllotaxy. What do we call it? Phyllotaxy or phyllotaxy. How do we define phyllotaxy? Write down. Phyllotaxy is simply the pattern of or the arrangement of leaves on the stem or the arrangement of leaves on the axis of the leaf bearing structure is called as phyllotaxy. Please write down. The pattern or arrangement, of leaf on branch, a branch is called as phyllotaxy. Is that clear? So what are the 3 types of phyllotaxy? Let us see. Number 1 is the opposite type of phyllotaxy. Number 2 is the alternate type of phyllotaxy, and number 3 is the wold. What is that? Wold. Let us see. Opposite, this. Opposite, how does it look like? See. Have you seen such type of plants where the leaves are born like this? The leaves are born like this. Ever seen some plants where the leaves are oppositely placed like this? Yes? So it is what? Opposite phyllotaxy. For example, in case of guava, if you have ever noticed, then they look like this only. Yes. Can you recall few more names where it look like this? Yes. So, any other name which shows opposite type of phyllotaxy? So, it is your homework. Tomorrow you have to bring, or you have to tell, or you have to observe 2 examples of opposite, 2 of alternate and 2 of bold phyllotaxy. Is that clear? Yes. So, guava. Number 2 is alternate. See, number 2 is alternate. One like this, one like this, one like this, and it goes on like this. Have you ever seen? Yes, definitely you would have seen, because it is very common example seen in case of rose or in China rose. Okay, example is China rose, rose, etc. Okay, and the third but not the last is world type of phyllotaxy, where you will see the nodes bear the world of leaf like this. The nodes bear the world of leaf like this. The nodes bear the world of leaf like this. Can you just see this structure? Okay. Yeah. So this is Elstonia. This is what? Elstonia. Okay. So such arrangement where leaf are born in the common point. You can see they are making a world. They are making a world, a flower-like structure from the leaf itself. Can you just see? This is not flower. This is actually leaf only. Leaf making whorl. Okay. Leaf making whorl is simply called as what? The world phyllotaxy. Is that clear to everyone? So this is all about the phyllotaxies of leaf. Is that clear? Yes. So, you know, you will wonder that we have completed our chapter because we are done with the root part, we are done with the stem part, and we are also done with the leaf of stem. Okay. So, I am going to discuss few questions with you which will help you to recall the concepts of the chapters that we have discussed previously. So, let us start with that. Okay. Yeah. Tell me the swollen leaf base present in leguminous plant. The swollen leaf base present in the leguminous plant is called as dash. Yes. What do we call it? The swollen leaf base. Yes, the swollen leaf base present in the leguminous plant is called as pulvinous. Alright. Yes, the second is the petiole of leaf is called as. The petiole of leaf is called as. In the technical term, what petiole of leaf is called, my dear students? Would you like to tell me? Yes. The petiole of leaf is simply called as what? Mesopodium. Is that clear? Yes. Okay, one more question. Now I want you to recall by yourself. Okay, see. When the leaflets are present at a common point, when the leaflets are present at a common point, yes, then they are simply called as what? Which type of compound leaf? Pinnately compound or palmately compound? Yes, it is when they are present at common point like this, then it is called as palmately compound. Okay, it is called as palmately compound. Okay, and when they are present in both the sides like this, then it is called as pinnately compound. Is that clear, my dear students? So that's all about the quick recap. Now I would like to ask you one question and I hope you guys should be able to answer it. Okay, tell me this leaf which look like this. Yes. Can you just tell me it is simple leaf or compound leaf? Yes, I just like to know simple leaf or it is the compound leaf. And if it is compound, then why? If it is simple, then why? Just answer. Yes. What do you think? It is simple leaf or compound leaf? Just tell me. Yes. Anybody? See, my dear students, this is the leaf which look like compound, but it is not compound. Why so? See. Let us consider this is a leaf. Simple leaf. Okay. Now, if the lamina of this simple leaf, breaks like this, and like this, then only it is regarded as the compound leaf. But if the same lamina gets wavy like this, see, this leaf can also look like this. Are you getting my point? So if this leaf will look like this is not the compound leaf. Why? Because you can see the incision is not touching the midrib. What do I say? This part is not actually touching the midrib. Okay? Likewise, you can see here, if this incision, if this leaflet like structure, if it is not touching the midrib, we cannot consider it like the leaflet. Did you got my point? So because the incision is not, this incision is not touching the midrib, it is not compound leaf, rather it is still simple leaf. Is that clear? That is why I am telling that this leaf is also the simple leaf and this is the one which is compound leaf. Did you got my point? I hope I am clear with my concept and to deliver you that what is simple and what is compound. If the incision do not touches the midrib, it will be considered as the simple leaf, and if it touches the midrib and making us regular units of leaflets, then it will be called as the compound leaf. Is that clear? So that's all about your leaf part, and with this we have finished our lecture of leaf and its modification along with stem, root, and we are done with the chapter of morphology in flowering plants. Alright,
Thank you.